everybody, and welcome to my channel. This is Leslie. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I am scrapping a photo of Emma when she was in FS2. Now that's basically kindergarten, I think, yeah, the year before year 1 or grade 1. And it was book day and she wanted to be the Little Mermaid. So we got her this outfit and the wig and everything. So so she's sitting on the steps there, all nice and posed for her photo. And the collection I thought of using was Pick Me Up. Now, this connection didn't resonate with me as much as I wanted it to resonate with me when it just came out. So I have basically the whole collection still almost untouched. So I'm going to be using this collection, and the reason why is because the colors go perfectly with the photo. And if you have a look at the photo in a bit, the photo will pop up again. She's got this very red wig on with these blue, teal and purple colors, and that is basically, you know, the color blocking or planning for Pick Me Up. It was a very sort of orangey red with lots of teal and some pinks as well. So as you can see, I've got some of the packaging. Now this little sheet was the packaging for the mini thickers, for those tiny little letter thickers. They were really dark blue and white for this collection, and I decided I'm going to be using this packaging because it's got all the colors that I want and it goes perfectly with the photo. And however, I wanted to do something special with it, so I decided to make diamond shapes. Now this did take me a while to figure out. I cut them first with my paper trimmer into 1-inch diagonal strips, and then I cut them again at the opposite angle in 1-inch strips as well. Now my ruler is exactly 1 inch thick, so that just worked out perfectly for that. So it did take a while to get done. I did decide to leave in most of this process so that you can see how I got everything done. So here I decided I'm going to be popping up some of the diamonds on some foam squares, and I'm just going to be using wet glue on the other diamonds to set them flat against the page. Now first I thought I would add some Heidi Swapp color shine to the back, just some very subtle like sprinkles at the back, but I didn't have the perfect matching colors, and I didn't want to go mess this up you know, by having colors that don't match perfectly with this sheet that this packaging that I've got there. So as you can see, I've got my T-square ruler here just to make sure that I go straight down the one side, and I figured to myself that if I'm straight on the one side, then the rest of the little sheet that I'm sticking down there of the rainbow would be aligned as well. So, and that worked out really well. I didn't have to line it up on the other side. I just sort of puzzled them all together, and that worked out really well. I tried to go as random as possible with the foam squares to have as many random ones pop up as I can. And here you can see sort of how it looks like. I try to give you guys a a close-up look there of what it ended up being like. And as you can see, there's a photo. Doesn't that just perfectly suit the colors in the collection? That's just amazing. And as you can see, I've still got the whole collection left. I think the only thing I really used was that sheet with the flowers on. I fussy cut that entire sheet out with the flowers, and I used them in some layouts. I can't remember how many layouts I've made with this collection before this layout. I'm not sure, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 maybe. But yes, I've still got the whole collection left, so I have lots that I need to go through. As I said, yeah, I struggled with the colors in this collection. Also, a little simple bit, I have a phobia with moths, and there's a sheet in this collection with moths. So I had really tough time using. I know it's stupid and it's, yeah, it's, you know, it's laughable, but I honestly, it's serious. So I get panic attacks when I see a moth, or when a moth comes flying in my direction. Not so much butterflies, but moths specifically. I have no idea why. You know, that's basically what a phobia is. Hey, an irrational fear of something. You can't really explain why you're afraid of it, but you are, but like deathly afraid of it. Like this little moth is going to kill me type thing. Anyway, I had a struggle with the moths in this collection, but anyway, the rest of the colors are absolutely magnificent. And here you can see that I'm using some color on color embellishments. I'm trying to sort of go along with the sheet in the background, with the packaging sheet, just to make sure that all the colors are in the right place. And yes, I did have to use some foam squares and some liquid glue behind my little embellishing on top of the packaging, because of the dimension. I didn't want the bits on top to warp when I glued them down completely with wet glue. So I did reinforce the back of them with some foam squares as well, so that they pop up just the same. I'm going to be using the thickers that come with the collection as well. And these are amazing. I love these stickers. They are divine. I love the font and I love the colors and everything. So I love the size as well. So the title that I'm going to be using for this page is Mermaid Magic. And yeah, so I'm not using my T-square ruler. I should have probably used my T-square ruler. Looking at this now, it does need a little bit more. You know, it needs to be straightened a little bit more, but you know, it's okay. I can live with it. It's not skew. It's not too skew, hey? Anyway, if it bothers you, I'm really sorry. It doesn't bother me, so, and that's all that matters. And my daughter loves this layout. So this layout is actually going to go in one of her school albums, because this is a school day and she was dressed as a mermaid for the school's book day that year. So this is going to go in her school albums. So as you can see, that you can use any collection to document your kids' school photos. You don't have to use specific school related scrapbook products. You can use anything to document your kids' school years. So, and as you can see, I've still got all of the little ephemera bits. I've got, you know, I'm going off camera there for a little bit. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to be bringing it up in a bit, and then you'll see where I'm placing that little pink camera that I cut out there. There you go. I'm just placing it at the bottom. I felt that something was needed at the bottom there, just to balance out that the flower and that little square love bit at the top. I needed something to balance it out at the bottom left as well. I'm going to be placing a tag behind that flower as well, and just this little heart speech bubble on top of that purple tag at the top. So I wanted to really use more of the ephemera, but yeah, I didn't. Yeah. Well, it just leaves me more now for another layout. I've got one more photo that she's sitting with her brothers on the steps for that day, that I'm going to be scrapping as sort of the second page in this 2-page layout. This is a double page. This is one side of a double page layout. I will be posting that as well for you guys soon, once I've made it. I haven't made it yet. But yeah, so there's still lots to make that layout with. I'm going to be using quite a lot of the the chipboard as well, and just the little hearts to sprinkle them about the page. And I tried to color embellish them as well, the yellow with the yellow, the teal with the teal, the blue with the blue, you know, and so on. And I'm using those little really flat squished little enamel dots that I have as well, and just to sprinkle some happiness around the page as well. I am going to bring in some Heidi Swapp Color Shine. I feel that I felt that the white was very white, so, and that part didn't record for some or other reason, but you can see the yellow splats. It's called Butter, the color shine that I used, and I got new pens, yay! So my poor little Sharpie that was broken, I got some new pens, and I'm just going to be doing doodly lines around the layout and the photo, and that is it for this layout. I hope to see you soon. Bye.